Liberal Democrat Senator David Leyonhjelm has announced he will quit federal politics next month to contest the New South Wales state election. David joins us now. David, what's led to this decision?
Well, I was the chair of the committee, the Senate committee looking at nanny state issues in the last parliament, and in this current parliament I've been the chair of the select committee looking at red tape issues. And over again when we did inquiries looking at the issues that annoy people, that get up people's noses, they are primarily state-based issues. Liquor licensing, where can you smoke, where can you use an e-cigarette, things affecting motorbikes, speeding laws, all that sort of stuff, they're state-based. The Commonwealth gets involved in them, but mainly just to coordinate things via the COAG. So no matter how much I jumped up and down about those things in Canberra, I really can't make much difference, and I would like to make a difference. The things that I have been harassing the government over in Canberra are more tax and spending things. Now, I care about those things, but I'm not an economist, so I'm sort of, in a way, I'm going into my comfort zone with non-economic issues.
You're a former vet, so you're not a dummy, but you've said one of your go-to policies in the state election will be the legislation of marijuana and pill testing. Are they your priorities? No. Should marijuana be legalised, and are you in favour of pill testing?
Yeah, so they're not, from a personal point of view, they're not priorities at all. I recommend against both of them, or against taking pills and cannabis. But I had a big push on cannabis legislation in the Senate. I introduced a bill, I had it considered by a committee, it's been debated, to remove the Commonwealth restrictions on cannabis. Like, there's 8 states now in America where cannabis is totally legal for recreational purposes. About 40 of them allow it for medicinal purposes. But it became obvious that even if my bill had passed and all Commonwealth restrictions on cannabis had been removed, it still wouldn't have been legal because it was up to the states. So it really does need a serious push at a state level. And it would save so much money. I mean, the police running around trying to catch people smoking dope, it's a ridiculous waste of money. Pill testing, it's not a panacea. It won't solve all the problems of kids unwisely taking pills. I mean, I think it's really crazy to be taking pills. There's no point telling kids don't take them. I mean, you can tell them anything, they're not going to take any notice of you. At least can save some lives by pill testing, and some of them, at least, might be sensible enough to say, oh, OK, I won't take that one until I know it's not toxic, and then I'll take it after that.
Now, big issue over the last few days, of course, has been Fraser Anning going to that right-wing rally, and basically we've seen this morning in the news that a lot of that was public-funded money. What do you think?
Well, travelling down to Melbourne from his base in Brisbane on taxpayers' cost, it's within the rules. It becomes a moral issue. You know, can you justify it? Where the rules are relatively flexible. If it's parliamentary business, and he's made it parliamentary business because he's spoken about his attitude to immigration in the Senate quite a lot, he's within the rules. Is it morally acceptable to hang out with, if they were? I was in New Zealand when all this went on.
It was pretty frightening stuff, and was showing all the Nazi symbols. And
Fraser's not a racist. He's in fact a very strong supporter of Israel, for example. He's absolutely not a Nazi. But he has a very collectivist view about immigration. He doesn't want any Muslim immigration. He doesn't want any Sudanese immigrants. Now, from a Liberal Democrat's point of view, we don't go there. People are individuals, they're not members of a collective. There are good and bad Muslims, there are good and bad Sudanese, there are good and bad senators.
It's like everything.
Everything, yeah.
There's good and bad everyone.
Exactly. Look, if you treat people as individuals, then you don't get into this collectivist, all certain groups of people are bad.
No, I like that last bit. Look, all the best with New South Wales, and we hope that you can make some positive change. And drink that water. There's a bit of a lurgy going around, not only here but in LA.
In New Zealand too.
Oh, you picked it up in New Zealand. Good to see you, David.